My beloved child, please stop for just 22 seconds. I am asking you with urgency, not because I lack patience, but because this moment carries weight that cannot be postponed. Give me these seconds, because they may be the last quiet window where your heart can hear me clearly without the noise rising again. I am not shouting to frighten you, and I am not whispering to be ignored. I am speaking now because something is closing and something else is waiting to open, and you are standing between the two. I need you to stay with me, not scrolling past, not doubting, not assuming this is for someone else. These seconds matter more than you realize, and I would not interrupt your life like this unless it was necessary. This message did not arrive by chance. It was not randomly sent, and it was not stumbled upon. Someone close to your heart was moved without fully understanding why, and I guided that movement. I used love, connection, and timing to place these words before you. That person was not chosen accidentally, and neither were you. I know who you trust. I know who you listen to. I know whose voice can reach you when others cannot. That is why this message came through the path. It is personal, intentional, and meant for you alone in this exact form, at this exact time. I have tried to reach you before. I have spoken through quiet nudges, through restlessness in your spirit, through moments when you felt something was missing but could not explain it. I spoke when you were alone at night, when your thoughts became heavy, when your heart asked questions your mouth never said out loud. I reached through delays, through closed doors, through unanswered prayers that made you wonder if I was still listening. But today is different. Today is not another gentle tap. Today is a clear call, not because I am angry with you, but because I love you too much to remain silent while you stand at a turning point without clarity. You may feel like one among many, like just another soul trying to survive. But hear me clearly now. I see you, I know you. I am speaking to you directly, not to a crowd, not to a general audience. You were on my mind when these words were formed. I know your history, your fears, your questions, and the parts of you that feel tired of hoping. I know the strength you show others and the weakness you hide when no one is watching. You are not overlooked, and you are not forgotten. You are chosen in this moment to hear me because your heart is still capable of responding. This message had to reach you today, not tomorrow, not next week, not when things feel calm or clear today, because timing matters in the unseen world more than you understand. There are moments when delay costs peace, and moments when hesitation allows fear to grow roots. I am not rushing you into panic, but I am calling you out of delay. If this had reached you later, it would not have carried the same power, the same protection, the same clarity. Today is the appointed moment for your ears to hear and your heart to recognize my voice again. I need to speak plainly with you because ignoring this will not leave you unchanging. Walking away from this moment will not simply return you to where you were. It will leave a quiet ache later, a sense that you missed something you cannot fully explain. I do not say this to threaten you, but to protect you. Regret often comes not from doing something wrong, but from ignoring what was right. I do not want you to carry that weight. I want you to be free, aware, and aligned with what I am doing in your life right now. My tone is not harsh, but it is serious. My love for you is gentle, but my concern is real. I am not here to entertain you or comfort you with empty words. I am here to draw close, to speak heart to heart, and to prepare you for what lies ahead. This is an intimate moment between you and me. Set aside distractions. Let your defenses soften. Let your heart stop racing for just a moment. You are safe here, but you are also being called to pay attention. As you listen, let me take over this space fully. Let my voice become clearer than the noise around you. I am here now, not as a distant ideate, not as a memory from the past, but as a living presence speaking directly into your life. I am not finished with you. I am not done guiding you, and I am not silent. Stay with me. These seconds were only the beginning, my beloved child. I have been trying to reach you for longer than you realize, not just today, not just in this season, but across many moments of your life where my voice brushed against your heart softly, patiently, persistently. I have never been absent from you. I have never stopped speaking. But there were times when my voice came wrapped in ways you did not expect. And because it did not arrive loudly or dramatically, you questioned whether it was truly me. I spoke through signs that appeared small at first, moments that seemed ordinary. Yet they carried my fingerprint, a word you overheard at the exact right time, a sentence you read that lingered in your spirit longer than it should have, a sudden thought that interrupted your routine and made your heart pause. Those were not random. It was me reaching for you. Say amen. I am rooted in Christ if your foundation is unmovable because of him. I spoke to you in silence as well. In the quiet spaces where answers did not come quickly, where prayers seemed to echo back unanswered, where waiting stretched longer than you thought you could endure, you mistook my silence for distance. But my silence was never abandonment. It was protection. It was shaping. It was my way of keeping you from paths that would have harmed you before you were ready to see it. I was teaching you to listen beyond noise, to feel my presence even when words were absent. Yet I know how hard that was for you. I know how many times you wondered if I had turned away, if you had done something wrong, if you were forgotten. You were not. I spoke through people too, through voices you cussed, and even through voices you resisted. Sometimes I spoke through encouragement, through someone seeing something good in you that you could not yet see in yourself. Other times I spoke through correction, through words that challenged you, unsettled you, or made you uncomfortable. You felt a tug in your heart during those moments, a quiet knowing that something was being revealed. But there were times you pushed it aside because it asked more of you than you felt ready to give. I understand that. I have always understood that. My love does not disappear when you hesitate. I even spoke through pain, though that was never my desire for you. I did not cause your wounds, but I stood with you inside them. I used moments of loss, disappointment, and heartbreak to draw your attention inward, to slow you down when life was pulling you too fast in directions that did not align with who you truly are. In those moments, when everything felt fragile, when your strength felt thin, I was close. I was trying to show you that you are not sustained by your own effort alone. Still, I know there were times you numbed the pain instead of listening to what it was revealing. You survived it, but you did not always heal. And I waited. I spoke to you through waiting as well. Long stretches where nothing seemed to move, where doors stayed closed, where progress felt stalled. You questioned your worth in those seasons. You wondered if you had missed your chance, if others were moving ahead while you remained stuck. But waiting was never punishment. Waiting was never wasted. It was my patience wrapping around your life, keeping you from stepping into things before you were ready to carry them. I was strengthening roots you could not see yet. I was teaching you endurance, trust, and depth. Still, I know there were moments when impatience drowned out my voice, when frustration made you stop asking and start assuming. There were times, my child, when you felt a clear tug in your heart, a nudge to pause, to change direction, to let go, to return to me more fully. You felt it while making decisions, while standing at crossroads, while lying awake at night, thinking about the path you were on. And there were moments you ignored it, not because you were rebellious, but because you were tired, afraid, or uncertain. You told yourself you would listen later, when things felt easier, when you felt stronger, when life slowed down. I never stopped loving you in those moments. I never withdrew my hand. I simply waited, because love that is forced is not love at all. My patience with you has always been deep. My persistence has never weakened. I am not like human love, that fades with disappointment or grows cold with delay. I do not tire of reaching for you. I do not grow weary of calling your name, even when you turned away inwardly, even when you tried to carry everything on your own. I remained. I watched over you when you were unaware. I protected you when you did not ask. I guided steps you did not realize were guided. That is who I am. Please support our channel. Our mission is to bring happiness to your life and strengthen your devotion to God. If you wish, you can show your love and support by donating through Super Thanks. But hear me now, because this moment is different. This is not just another gentle nudge or a quiet reminder. This is a moment of alignment, a moment where clarity is being offered because you are ready to receive it in a way you were not before. Your heart hath been softened by experience. Your ears have been trained by silence. Your spirit hath been stretched by waiting. What once would have passed by unnoticed can now be understood. That is why I am speaking with such clarity now. This moment is different because you are standing at the edge of change, whether you see it clearly yet or not. There are paths ahead of you that require awareness, not assumption. There are decisions forming that will shape more than just your next step, and I will not allow you to walk into them without hearing me clearly if you are willing to listen. I am not repeating myself out of frustration. I am speaking now out of preparation. I am not here to remind you of past failures or missed moments. I am here to show you that every time I tried to reach you before was leading to this point. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was meaningless. Even your delays taught you something about yourself, about your limits, about your need for me. This moment carries weight because it gathers all those previous whispers into one clear voice. And that voice is mine, steady, loving, and present. Stay with me here. Do not rush past this as you may have rushed past other moments. Let your heart remain open. I have been reaching for you because you matter deeply to me. And now, more than ever, I need you to know that I am here, speaking clearly. Because what comes next will require your trust in a way you have not yet known. My beloved child, this message did not travel to you by accident, and it did not pass through random hands. I chose the path carefully because I know your heart. I know who you trust, who you listen to, who carries weight in your spirit. I know whose voice can bypass your defenses and whose presence feels familiar and safe to you. That is why I use someone close to your heart, not to confuse you, not to pressure you, but to reassure you that I see you so clearly, that I even know how to reach you without frightening you away. Love was the bridge, and I walked across it to meet you here. The person may not have fully understood why they felt prompted to send this, or why your name suddenly came to their mind, or why they felt an unusual urgency they could not explain. But I did. I was the quiet nudge behind their action, the gentle insistence that would not let them forget you in that moment. I speak to hearts all the time in ways that feel natural, because divine movement often disguises itself as a simple thought, a sudden concern, or an unexplainable pull. I did not need thunder or signs in the sky. I needed willingness, and I found it in someone who loves you. Understand this, my child. Spiritual connections are real, and they are deeper than words. When two hearts are connected by care, by history, by shared moments, that connection becomes a pathway I can use. I move through love easily because love reflects my nature. That is why this message did not come from a stranger or an unfamiliar source. It came through someone who already holds space in your life, someone whose presence feels known to you. I wanted your heart to pause, not to defend itself. I wanted you to feel safe enough to listen. You may be tempted to dismiss this as coincidence. You may tell yourself it was timing, or chance, or curiosity. But listen to me now with honesty. How many moments aligned for this to reach you exactly when it did? How many small decisions, delays, and impulses had to fall into place for you to be here right now? Reading these words, coincidence cannot carry this kind of precision. Chance does not know your struggles, your questions, your silent prayers. I do. And I orchestrated this moment with care because you matter to me more than you know. I know the doubts that rise in your mind. I know you wonder if you are reading too much into this, if your heart is simply searching for meaning. But I am not vague when I speak to those I love. I am intentional. I remember details others forget. I know the exact season you are in, the weight you have been carrying, the decisions you have been avoiding, and the ones you are afraid to make. I know the nights you replay conversations in your mind, the mornings you wake up tired before the day even begins. And I chose this moment and this path because it would reach you when your heart was open enough to feel it. You are deeply known by me, not in a distant, general way, but intimately. I know your history, not just the parts you share, but the parts you hide because you think they make you weak. I know what you have endured without recognition. I know what you sacrificed that no one thanked you for. I know the times you stayed quiet to keep peace, even when it cost you something inside. And I remember I have never lost sight of you, even when you lost sight of yourself. When I prompted that person to reach out, it was not only about delivering words. It was about reminding you that you are still seen within the web of relationships around you, that you are not as invisible as you sometimes feel, that your life sends ripples into others, even when you think you are standing still. I wanted you to feel remembered, not just by me, but through me. I wanted you to know that love is still flowing toward you, guided and intentional. This is how I often work, my child. I move quietly, weaving moments together, connecting hearts, aligning timing. I do not force awareness. I invite it. And when you pause long enough to notice, you begin to see that I have been arranging more than you realized. The message is not only in the words you are reading, but in the way they arrive. The delivery itself is part of what I am saying to you. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. And you are still held within my care. You may wonder why I did not speak directly without involving anyone else. But understand this. I speak directly to you often, in your heart, in your conscience, in the quiet spaces of your mind. Yet there are moments when you need confirmation outside of yourself. Not because you lack faith, but because you are human. You need to know that what you feel inside is not imagined. So I echo my voice through others, not to replace my presence, but to strengthen your trust in it. Right, Amen. Your presence strengthens me if He renews your spirit daily. This message came through someone who loves you because I wanted you to feel warmth before you felt urgency. I wanted you to feel connection before you felt instruction. I wanted your heart to soften before it listened. That is not manipulation. That is care. I do not rush the hearts of those I love. I prepare them. And I want you to hear this clearly now. I have not only remembered you, I have been watching over you with detail. I have counted your steps forward and your steps back. I have seen you try again after disappointment. I have seen you doubt yourself even when you were stronger than you knew. I have seen you hold on longer than anyone realizes, and I chose this moment because your endurance has brought you to a place where truth can land without breaking you. Let the doubt fall away now. Let the question of coincidence rest. This is not chance. This is connection. This is remembrance. This is me using love to reach love. You are not reading this because you searched for it. You are here because I came looking for you, and I knew exactly how to find you. Stay with me in this awareness. Let it settle in your heart that you are deeply known, carefully reached, and intentionally loved. What I am saying to you now is not generic. It is personal. And the fact that it arrived through someone who cares about you is part of the message itself. I see you. I remember you. And I am closer than you think. My beloved child, please slow down for just a few seconds more. I know how quickly your mind moves, how easily your thoughts run ahead to the next task, the next worry, the next obligation waiting for you. I know how rare it feels to simply stop without guilt, without urgency pressing against your chest. But I am asking you now, gently and firmly, to pause. Not because I want to take something from you, but because I want to give you something you cannot receive while rushing. These few seconds are not small to me. They are sacred, and they are enough for me to meet you where you are. Breathe for a moment. Let your shoulders relax. Let the tension you carry, without realizing it, loosen its grip. You have grown accustomed to moving quickly, thinking quickly, responding quickly, because the world around you demands constant motion. But my voice does not compete with noise. My presence does not force its way through chaos. I speak in clarity, and clarity requires stillness. That is why I ask for your attention now. Not half-given, not distracted, but open and willing. I am not asking you to fix yourself. I am asking you to be present. Stillness may feel unfamiliar to you, even uncomfortable. When things become quiet, thoughts rise, memories surface, worries speak louder. You have learned to stay busy to avoid feeling what waits underneath. I see that. I do not yet you for it. But stillness is not your enemy. Stillness is where truth can finally reach you without resistance. When you stop running, you begin to hear what hath been waiting patiently for you to notice. That is why I am asking you to slow down now. Not later, not when life feels easier, but here, in this moment, your life hath been moving at a pace that leaves little room for listening. Messages, responsibilities, expectations, comparisons, and pressures flood your days. You move from one thing to the next, carrying unfinished thoughts and unresolved emotions with you. And in that constant motion, my voice can feel distant. Not because I am far, but because you are overwhelmed. Rushed lives drown out gentle truth. Lois makes it hard to recognize what is steady and faithful. I have been speaking, but the sound of urgency has made it difficult for you to hear. I do not speak to you in panic or demand. I speak to you in peace, and peace requires pace. That is why I ask for your attention, not because I need it, but because you need what happens when you give it. When you slow down, your heart becomes receptive again. When you become still, your spirit can sense my presence without effort. You were not created to live constantly hurried, constantly reacting, constantly catching up. You were created to walk with me, aware, grounded, and present. Open your heart now, even if you are unsure what that means. Openness does not require perfect faith or complete understanding. It only requires willingness. Willingness to listen without arguing. Willingness to receive without immediately questioning. Willingness to be honest about what you feel instead of hiding behind what you think you should feel. I am not intimidated by your doubts or your weariness. I am drawn to your honesty. Let your guard down here. You do not need to protect yourself from me. This moment is not ordinary. It is set apart, even if it looks simple on the surface. Sacred moments do not always announce themselves with spectacle. Often they arrive quietly, disguised as pauses you almost skip. But what makes a moment sacred is not its appearance. It is my presence within it. And I am here now, fully present, attentive, and near. Treat this moment with care, not fear, but reverence. You are not wasting time by listening. You are aligning your heart with truth. I know you are used to multitasking, to listening while doing something else, to dividing your attention in many directions. But I am asking you now to let this moment stand alone, not because I demand exclusivity, but because divided attention divides understanding. When you listen with your whole heart, something shifts inside you. You begin to feel grounded instead of scatter. You begin to sense direction instead of confusion. You begin to remember who you are beneath the roles you perform and the expectations you carry. You may feel resistance rising, a desire to move on quickly, to get to the next part, to not linger too long in quiet reflection. But resistance is not failure, it is habit. You have trained yourself to move fast because slowing down once felt unsafe or unproductive. But here, with me, slowing down is neither. It is healing, it is restoring, it is necessary. Let yourself stay here a little longer. Nothing will be lost by waiting. Much will be gained. I am not asking for hours. I am asking for presence. These few seconds, these few moments of attention are enough for me to begin something meaningful within you. I do not need long speeches or elaborate rituals. I need your awareness. When you give me that, I meet you with clarity, peace, and truth that settles gently but deeply. You do not have to strive to hear me. You simply have to stop running long enough to notice that I am already here. Let this moment be different from the others you rushed past. Let it be a marker, a quiet turning point where you chose to listen instead of hurry, to be present instead of distracted. I am not here to overwhelm you with demands. I am here to calm the storm that constant urgency has created inside you. Stay with me in this stillness. Let it become familiar again. From here, my voice becomes clearer, my guidance steadier, and your heart lighter. These seconds you are giving me now are not small. They are sacred because you are choosing to listen. And as you remain here, slowed, open, and attentive, you will begin to sense that you are not alone in this pause. I am with you. I always have been. And I will speak clearly, gently, and faithfully, as long as you are willing to stay. My beloved child, I know what you are carrying, even the parts you have never spoken aloud. I know the weight that settles on you when the day ends, and there is no one left to distract you from your thoughts. I know the quiet heaviness that follows you, even into moments that are supposed to feel joyful. You smile, you function, you continue. But inside, you are holding more than you were ever meant to bear alone. You have learned how to carry it well enough that others rarely notice. But I notice. I have always noticed. I see the loneliness you feel, not only when you are physically alone, but even when you are surrounded by people. That kind of loneliness is deeper, more confusing, because it makes you question why connection feels just out of reach. You wonder why you can listen, support, and care for others, yet still feel unseen yourself. You wonder why your presence seems to fade into the background, why your needs feel too heavy to share. That loneliness has not escaped my sight. I have been close to you in those moments, even when you felt distant from everything and everyone. I know your exhaustion, not just the tiredness of your body, but the weariness of your soul. You have been strong for a long time. You have kept going when you wanted to stop. You have shown up when you felt empty. You have carried responsibilities, expectations, and emotions without enough rest or relief. There are days when even simple tasks feel heavy, when motivation feels forced, when your spirit feels thin. You tell yourself you should be grateful that others have it worse. But that does not erase your tiredness. I do not ask you to minimize what you feel. I see it fully. I know about the prayers that have gone unanswered, at least in the way you hoped they would be answered. I know how many times you asked, waited, trusted, and then waited some more. I know how disappointment slowly crept in, not all at once, but quietly as time passed and nothing seemed to change. You wondered if your prayers were wrong, if your faith was too weak, if you were asking for too much. Sometimes you stopped praying about certain things altogether, not because you stopped believing in me, but because it hurt too much to hope again. I know that pain. I have been with you in it. There are moments when you feel forgotten, as if others are moving forward while you remain in the same place. You watch doors open for people around you, opportunities arise, lives shift, and you ask yourself why yours feels paused. You wonder if you missed something, if you waited too long, if you were overlooked. That feeling cuts deeply because it makes you question your worth, your timing, your place. Hear me clearly now. You are not forgotten. I have never lost sight of you, not even for a moment. You feel delayed, as though your life is always one step behind where it should be. Plans take longer. Progress feels slower. Breakthroughs seem just out of reach. You compare where you are to where you thought you would be by now, and the gap hurts. You carry quiet disappointment about how things turned out versus how you imagined they would. That disappointment does not offend me. It does not push me away. It draws me closer because I know how heavy it feels to carry unfulfilled expectations. You have also felt overlooked, not chosen, not recognized, not celebrated in ways you secretly longed for. You gave your best, your effort, your heart, and it felt like it went unnoticed. The kind of pain is subtle but persistent. It teaches you to shrink, to expect less, to stop hoping for affirmation. But I want you to know that unseen does not mean unvalued. Just because others did not acknowledge your efforts does not mean they were insignificant. I see what others miss. I honor what others overlook. Let me say this clearly without hesitation. Your feelings are valid. Your exhaustion makes sense. Your loneliness has a reason. Your disappointment did not come from nowhere. I am not disappointed in you for feeling these things. I am not asking you to be stronger or more faithful to earn relief. I am not condemning you for doubting, for questioning, or for feeling worn down. I know the path you have walked. I know the strength it has taken just to remain standing. You have carried emotional weight that was never meant to be permanent. You have held on because you thought you had no other choice. You told yourself that this is just how life is, that you must adapt, endure, and move on. But I want you to hear this now. You do not have to carry everything alone. You were not designed to survive by self-reliance. You were designed to walk with me, to lean, to rest, to release what is too heavy for your hands. There are wounds you never named because you did not think they mattered enough. There are disappointments you buried because you thought you should be past them by now. There are questions you stopped asking because silence felt safer than hope. I know all of it. Nothing you carry is hidden from me, and nothing you feel disqualifies you from my love or my care. I am not waiting for you to fix yourself before I draw near. I am already near. I want you to understand something important. Feeling tired does not mean you are weak. Feeling lowly does not mean you are unlovable. Feeling delayed does not mean you are behind. Feeling overlooked does not mean you are insignificant. These feelings are signals, not judgments. They reveal that you have been giving, hoping, trusting, and enduring for a long time. They show your humanity, not your failure. I am not here to rush you through your pain or to cover it with empty comfort. I am here to sit with you in it, to acknowledge it, and to remind you that it does not define your future. What you are carrying now is not the final chapter of your story. It is a season, and seasons change even when they feel endless while you are inside them. Bring what you are carrying to me without fear of rejection. I am not overwhelmed by your emotions. I am not tired of your questions. I am not frustrated by your waiting. I am patient, present, and compassionate. I carry what you cannot. I hold what feels too heavy. I restore what feels depleted. You are not forgotten. You are not delayed beyond redemption. You are not overlooked by me. You are known, seen, and deeply loved. And as you remain here with me, acknowledging what you carry instead of hiding it, you will begin to feel the weight shift, not all at once, not magically, but gently, faithfully, as I take what you were never meant to carry alone and replace it with my peace. My beloved child, you think I have been silent, but I have not. I know it felt that way to you. I know there were long stretches where heaven seemed quiet, where your prayers did not receive answers you could recognize, where my voice did not come in the way you expected. You waited, you listened, you searched for signs, and when nothing obvious appeared, your heart began to ache. You wondered if I had stepped back, if I had grown distant, if your voice no longer reached me. But my silence was never absence. It was intention, it was care, it was love moving in ways you could not yet see. Type Amen. I believe in unseen miracles if you trust God's power beyond what you see and share this video.